Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you don't already know me, my name is Kat and I upload travel vlogs, tips and tricks weekly. Today we are going to crack on with an amazing 2.5 day Edinburgh itinerary. So this is arriving on a Friday afternoon and going back on a Sunday afternoon. So I spent last weekend in Edinburgh. It was my first time visiting. I had the most amazing time. It was really beautiful and we were really lucky with the weather. You can go and watch my Edinburgh vlog if you haven't already for some extra inspo. But now that I have learned all the do's and don'ts of Edinburgh, I'm here to give you the best itinerary so you can learn from my mistakes and steal all my recommendations. If you would like a copy of this itinerary for yourself, there is a download link in the description. It is for a very small price of £2.99 just so I can continue making videos like this. Without further ado, let's go. So this itinerary is about 48 hours. It takes half a day Friday, so you arrive in Edinburgh in the afternoon, then the whole day Saturday, and then half a day on Sunday before you then go back home from Edinburgh, because for most of us it's kind of takes a while to get there. So day one, we're planning to arrive in Edinburgh early afternoon. 2-3 o'clock I think is a really good time. It gives you time to get there in the morning. You don't have to get up ridiculously early and then be really tired for when you arrive, but it's a really good time to arrive and still have some of the day to do things. First things first, drop off your bags at your accommodation. We actually stayed in an Airbnb, which I will link down below. It's a room in someone's house, but the house is beautiful and the room was really cozy. The hosts were amazing and we were actually super lucky because they were going away for the weekend, so we ended up with the place to ourselves, which was really nice. Next, you're going to head straight back into the city and go to Calton Hill, C-A-L-T-O-N. Calton Hill is a really easy kind of 5-minute, if that, walk to the top, and you have the most glorious views, and hopefully if you've got good weather you can catch the sunset up there. So that is the first thing to do, straight to Calton Hill, up for the sunset. Next up, I recommend going to Edinburgh's Christmas markets. Now, we arrived on the first day of the market and it was so good. It's not cheap, but what Christmas market is cheap? It's just really cozy vibes. We just got a mulled wine, had a little browse around the stalls, gazed at all the lights. There was a ride we really wanted to go on, but we didn't actually have time. But I really recommend it. It's a really lovely Christmas market. As far as Christmas markets go, it's a good one. Obviously, if you are in Edinburgh outside of the Christmas market season, then I recommend finding a cozy pub and going for a little pre-dinner drink, or heading straight to dinner if you are hungry enough. Then, once you are too cold and you just need some warming food inside you, head to Chez Jules. This is a really cute French restaurant. Everybody raves about it. I had a personal recommendation from a friend that I should go there. We didn't manage to get a booking because we were not organised enough. And we were thinking, oh, it's fine, they'll definitely just take walk-ins. No. We tried to go in at 4 PM on an afternoon, random time to eat. It was absolutely packed. So definitely book this place in advance and don't expect to be able to walk in, but that is where you should head for dinner. And this is going to be a slightly early dinner. Well, it's early for me, around 6:30, because at 7:30 you're going to head to The Stand, which is a really well-known comedy club in Edinburgh. It's not far from Chez Jules at all, and it's a great evening of entertainment. The show doesn't actually start till 8:30, but it is first come first served with seating, and if you're not there early enough you may have to stand. There's a bar, you can have a couple of drinks before the show starts, and yeah, we just had a really good night. After that, if you're anything like me, you will want to be going home to bed so that you can get up and make the most of the next day. But I will leave some bars linked below if you're after something like that before you head home. Hello, just a little quick interruption to say if you are still watching and finding this video useful, please give it a little thumbs up so I can keep spreading it far and wide. Okay, we are on to Saturday, day 2 in Edinburgh. Hopefully you're waking up feeling fresh, because today is a big day. Today we are climbing Arthur's Seat. So first things first, you're going to need to fuel yourself. So I really recommend a breakfast restaurant called Toast. Wrap up warm, but make sure you've got some layers on. Get your walking trainers on, because after breakfast it is time to climb Arthur's Seat. This is a really famous viewpoint in Edinburgh. If you have seen the series One Day, you will have seen they go up Arthur's Seat during that. It's only about 2 hours there and back, as in the whole journey takes 2 hours. There are various routes, so just make sure you find the shortest one because you can make it longer and you can make it harder for yourself, but the main path where most people go, so just follow everyone else, is the easier route. Of course, this is a winter itinerary, so by the time you get back, you may be a little chilly. So it is time to grab a hot chocolate or something warming and maybe a sweet treat. And I recommend 2 places for this. Number 1 is Clorinda's Tea Room and number 2 is Mary's Milk Bar. Both of these places have delicious hot chocolate, delicious sweet treats, and they are both on the Royal Mile, which is a place I really recommend spending the next like hour or so of your time. Once you've warmed up with your hot choc, go for a little wander down the Royal Mile. Maybe you want to do a little bit of Christmas shopping, maybe there's a birthday coming up, or you just want to get some souvenirs or something. Have a little browse until you are hungry enough for a cozy lunch at Macca's Mash. I think it's Macca's, it might be Makers, I don't know. Again, this is very much a book in advance situation. It's a really good restaurant, it's very cozy food. It does all different types of mash. I think there's like 9 different types of mash. I went for the bacon and spring onion mash. You can get like a cheesy mash, you can get all sorts. Then you choose a kind of meat to go, so you can obviously get sausage and mash, you can get, I had like a lamb shank, and they have really good veggie and vegan stuff as well, so nobody will miss out. Now the other good thing about Macca's Mash is it is on the way to Edinburgh Castle. So obviously once you finish lunch, that is where you're headed. Just to flag that through December, there is a Christmas lights show at the castle. I think it starts from 4 p.m. Again, I've linked everything I'm speaking about, will be linked in the description below. But that might be something you want to consider when you're booking your tickets. Again, I hate to repeat myself, but this is also a book in advance situation. Edinburgh is really busy, especially over Christmas time. You want to get your reservations booked a good couple of weeks in advance to make sure you get the right slot for you. Once you're done at the castle, again, you may be a little bit chilly, so there's time in the itinerary here to head back to your accommodation, warm up, freshen up, maybe have a change of clothes and get ready for dinner number 2. Now dinner number 2, I haven't been very specific with. I have a few recommendations for you depending on what you fancy. Number 1, if you fancy some pizza, you can head to Severino's or Razzo. Number 2, if you're looking for Korean, there is a fairly new restaurant called Mirin, which is really high rated. We really wanted to go there when we were there, but again, we couldn't get a booking, so book in advance. Number 3, if you want Thai, there's a place called Dusit, D-U-S-I-T. Or if you're looking for a more casual restaurant, there's also, I think it's called Ting Thai Caravan. I'm gonna write that in the description. I'll probably pop it up on the screen as well. Then Mexican, if you're up for some tacos, some margaritas, I recommend Bodega. This is also recommended by our Airbnb hosts. And then finally, if you're looking for a pub dinner, then I recommend, and I'm sure I'm not pronouncing this correctly, Tukta's Tavern? Tukta's? I have no idea how to pronounce that. But I've written it on the screen for you and of course linked it below. Okay, day 3, this is our last day in Edinburgh, well, morning in Edinburgh. We only have half a day. Again, I'm hoping you're waking up nice and fresh because we have a few little things to squeeze in before you start the journey home. So Sunday morning, I recommend heading straight to an area in Edinburgh called Stockbridge, which is a really lovely area. There are lots of lovely cafes, and if you are a pastry fanatic, you're going to want to get there as early as possible and head straight to Lannan Bakery, L-A-N-A-N, I think. If not, my recommendation is heading straight to a place called Cowan & Sons. It's a lovely, cozy cafe, and I can highly recommend the bacon rolls. Mwah, chef's kiss, perfection. Exactly what you need on a Sunday morning. Then after breakfast, take a little stroll through to Dean's Village. This is a really nice place. It's got a river running through it. It's got colourful houses. It's a lovely little walk to just freshen you up for the day and just see more of Edinburgh's beauty. Then once you've digested your breakfast, head back to Stockbridge for the market. The market is on from 10 till 4, I believe, on a Sunday, and they do have lots of foodie bits there, so it might be that you want to hang around till lunchtime, till you're hungry for lunch, or you may just want to grab a few bits to take with you on your journey home. That's what I did. When we were there was like hog roast, paella, there were pies, there were cookies, there were brownies, pastries, breads, olives, loads of little different bits of food. But outside of that, in Stockbridge, other food places that I did want to mention are Toastology for pistachio cookies, Chulo's for stuffed cookies. They actually had a stand in the market as well, but they also have a shop in Stockbridge which has a bit more variety, and they have, I mean, I'm obsessed with pistachio, maybe you're not, but they have a pistachio stuffed cookie and a Biscoff stuffed cookie. If you're like me, you'll love those. The pastry section, I got a Biscoff bun from there. It was divine. They obviously have loads of other stuff too. Knox Kitchen, this is another Thai restaurant if you're into your Thai or you didn't manage to make it to a Thai the other night. The Scran and Scally, which is a really highly rated pub in the area. And last but not least, Moot's General Store is really good for Italian style sandwiches, which could be another great option to take on the train with you. If you would like a copy of this itinerary for yourself, there is a download link in the description. It is for a very small price of £2.99, just so I can continue making videos like this. I hope you enjoyed this video, I hope you found it helpful, and I hope you have a lovely, lovely time in Edinburgh. If you're heading to Edinburgh soon, please let me know when in the comments. Or if you're from Edinburgh, please share your recommendations with us as well. I will see you next week with another video. Thank you very much. Goodbye.